Hello everybody. Welcome back to Moneypit Homestead. I'm Donald. Lisa's not with me today. She's over at the house. I'm in the barn. I'm up here in the barn. And anyway, we're working on a chicken tractor still. I ran out of glue the other day, but going to turn this thing around a little bit, and this barn's a mess. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. But anyway, this is going to be the front part of it. There's a few pieces of plastic, but as you can see, that's what it's doing so far. This is, well, I guess I should put it down. And, well, you can see the concept there. It's not going to rock like that when I get it done. But anyway, we're going to work on this today and see if we can't get some done. And, here we go. We're going to turn this around and well, I'll turn you back on when we get more done. And be here in a minute. Well, we got a little progress done. Not a lot. We ran out of glue. We're going to turn around and show you what we've done so far. Back here, from this to there, we're going to put like a lid all the way across it so we can raise and lower and put the water and stuff in there. And then these will be the supports for the rest of the material coming up through there. And then, as you see, we'll have this. It'll be about 10 foot long. Right now it's about 7. I got a couple more feet I want to put on it. Everything should work out pretty good, I hope. But we'll find out, won't we? But anyway, like I said, we'll see what we can get into. I gotta go get some more glue, and we'll talk to you later. Hello everybody, and well, I've been working on a chicken tractor today. It ain't perfect, but nothing ever is. But anyway, just wanted to show y'all I am making progress on it. I have been working on it, but I've had interruptions. Here's the door. Got a nice little door on it. I got to put some screen wire on it, but guess what? I've got to go buy a new staple gun because my staple gun decided to go today. So now I've got to go buy another staple gun. Another reason why it's called the Money Pit. You can't ever buy tools once and keep them. I had it in the barn. I had it in nice and oiled up in my toolbox. Went to pull it out today. Guess what? Not working. The daggone staple thing that pushes each staple out has decided to not do that no more. So, excuse me, well, that's what that is. But anyway, that's what we've been doing today. Been working on that, and with all the interruptions we've had tons of little interruptions and some big interruptions. Nevertheless, we've had interruptions. All good, and I have a lot of fun. But anyway, another thing, I guess we're going to interrupt this video for another update on me. My arm started swelling. I guess some of you know, some of you don't. But so I went to the doctor. The doctor told me that after I visited and stuff, everything, the nurse practitioner, she about lost her mind. She didn't think Leitchfield people down here in Leitchfield know what they're doing. She made several derogatory, shall we say, comments about that. And she was going to have me have the ultrasound on my arm and everything done again because she was determined that I had a blood clot. According to everything that the guy at the Leitchfield said, and seemed like a real good guy, knew what he was doing. I mean, he took his time, he did. I mean, he had that probe under all kinds of places, and it was just, I like, wow, there's a lot of stuff there. And you could hear the blood flowing like crazy because he had this little thing on it, go, you know, and it was showing that I had a lot of good blood flow, no blood clots. He even told me, like I said before, that if I had a blood clot, he was going to keep me, even if he suspected there was a blood clot, he was going to keep me and find out what the doctor wanted. Well, guess what? I didn't have no blood clot, but she was bound to determine I had a blood clot, and she was going to go, and the funny thing is when she come in there, she was talking about how ridiculous it was that Leitchfield had no clue what they were doing, and she was losing all faith in what Leitchfield was doing. And guess what? I had to point out to her that she had a test from a month ago because I saw the date on it. She's like, look here, look at this. And this is on your legs. I said, yes, ma'am, I had one on my legs a month ago. I said, see that date right up there? That was from a month ago. Well, she left in frustration. But when she came back with the doctor. She said, aren't we lucky the doctor came back? I thought we was lucky, yeah. So anyway, because she's about to send me for more tests. Anyway, the doctor comes in and he tells her, he goes, he don't believe I have a blood clot. He believes that there's some arteries around here that just hadn't opened up fully, and that was the reason my arm was kind of, you know, expanding, feeling full, whatever you want to say. One thing led to another, and he said he didn't believe I needed another ultrasound, and he told her that I needed to be on blood thinners. They had a disagreement right in front of me, which I thought was a little funny, but they did. They had a disagreement right in front of me. Finally, he said I needed to be on blood thinners. She thought I needed to be on, not blood thinners. She thought I needed to be on blood thinners. He said I needed to be on water pills. Again, they disagreed, like I said. Then he said, well, why don't we see if we've got some samples around here for the water pills, and we'll send him home with that, and we won't have to write him a prescription. She said, we don't have anything like that in the office. And he looked at her and very firmly said, why don't you go look? Which I thought was funny, because he looked like he was a little put out with her, because she was insistent that I had a blood clot and I needed to be on blood thinners. So one thing led to another. She goes out and comes back in with this brown paper bag. We made a joke. While she was gone, he asked me if I was ever had water pills. And I said, yes, I've had water pills before. When they were operated on this shoulder, I tore a rotary cuff muscle, and they had to cut it, pull it up, screw it back in, and my legs from my knees down swelled up for a few weeks, and I told the doctor about them. He gave me some water pills. You know what water pills do. I did all that. When I got through with the water pills, my legs were down. They have never swollen back up, or swollen, whatever you want to say. Then, so he said, oh, good, then you know what's going on. Well, I come home, I went out, told everybody, my mom and dad, I didn't go see them after that because I was in there. Everybody's freaked out about that. I wanted to go. I felt a little guilty about not seeing them, but we went and saw my father-in-law because he fell down the steps. That's a different story for another day. So we did go see him, but he'd been in the hospital. So after that, mom and dad, they worry about this corona, so I said the bad word. Sorry about that. Anyway, they're worried about things, and one thing led to another, and so I chose, instead of worrying them, and I felt real guilty about it, but I just drove on home. Anyway, but I let them know that I was going to be on water pills. I was thrilled to death. Me and the doctor had a good conversation, and he assured me that water pills would all I was going to be on, and water pills was the strongest thing he wanted me to have. He did not want me on anything else. We had a good conversation on that. One thing leads to another. It's a week later, just the other day, and my arm hadn't gone down. One of the girls at work said, what are you on? I said, well, I don't know. I can't remember what the doctor said. I came home, I took a picture of the box, I took it in, showed her the next day, and she goes, you need to talk to your doctor. I said, why? She said, that's not a water pill, that's a blood thinner. And I thought, well, that's not what he told me he was going to be on. So I got on the phone and on break and called and left him a message. And later on, this girl called, the nurse practitioner, she called, and she assured me that her and the doctor agreed on what I was supposed to be taking, and I left that day knowing I was supposed to take blood thinners. I said, no ma'am, when I left that day I was supposed to be taking water pills only. Anyway, she got a little irritated with me because I told her that she was wrong, and I said, you insisted that I take the blood thinners, but he told you I did not. Anyway, one thing led to another conversation. She ended up getting very mad at me and told me that she was going to have the doctor call me since me and her didn't agree. I said, well, I'm not going to agree to something I'm not supposed to be doing. Well, he never called. So I on this thing where in Norton's you have this My Chart thing. So I can email the doctor. I thought. Evidently, she can intercept those messages. So I emailed him and I told him what everything was going on between my arm and her, still with my arm, and her, and this, that, and the other. And he never called me the next day. Asked him to call me, left my phone number, but she did. She called me back. And when she called me back, she, again, insisted that everything was going to be the way it was and stuff like that. And I said, no, that's not true. You wanted me to, long story short, we did not agree. And so, again, the doctor was supposed to call. He didn't call. And I think it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday was Friday. Yesterday was Friday. I walked in the house and from doing something, and just about the time I sat there and I was getting ready to email the doctor and go, hey, look, why haven't you called? The phone rang, and sure enough, it was him. And he went line step with her. And I said, well, it would have been nice if you'd have done the line step with her right there before. One thing led to another, and he asked me, he said, what's it going to take to make this right with you? And I said, for you to tell me that I'm telling you the truth. I'm not losing my mind. I know exactly what I'm talking about. And you all are agreeing with each other because you're covering I understand that you're covering your assistant's butt, but you can't leave me out here hanging like I'm nuts and still want me to have complete trust in you. I said, I put my life on the line and in your hands, and this is how you're going to talk. We talked one way in the office, and then a week later, you're going to tell me that she was right and what we discussed in the office was wrong, like I have no clue what I'm talking about whatsoever, and I'm a complete idiot. And anyway, he wouldn't agree to her being wrong, and he told me before the conversation was over that if I felt like I needed to go find another doctor, go find another doctor. And I said, well, what you're telling me is you want me to go find a doctor to make your conscience feel better. I said, but I got news for you. This is your problem right now, and you're going to stick with it because, I don't know what other doctor to go to right now since you're the one that put it in. Anyway, one thing leads to another. We didn't have it. So there's where I go. I'm on a blood thinner for another few more weeks. Not a water pill, like I was told. I'm not real happy about being on the blood thinner, considering it seems to me like doctors have no authority anymore, and the nurse practitioners do, because it was a nurse practitioner that got me in this trouble to begin with, put me on a stronger blood pressure medicine than what I should have been. And by putting me on that, and me calling the doctor's office repeatedly and telling them, look, this is making me feel funny, I'm passing out. I told them everything was going on, and they blew me off. I don't have a lot of confidence in nurse practitioners, and as far as I'm concerned, I hope to God I never see another one. I know there's probably a lot of good ones out there, but the two that I've actually been with or worked with, not showing me a lot of good stuff. Sorry, all you good nurse practitioners. I apologize if you're a good one, but the two that I'm talking about are trying to kill me, I think. At least that's how I feel about it. Anyway, it's in God's hands, and that's all I can do. Leave it there. And so I guess that's where I'm going to leave it right now. I'm on blood thinner for a few more weeks. Y'all pray for me that because they tell me if they want me to come off this medicine in 6 weeks, just take them for 6 weeks and then stop. But everything I read on them, if you stop abruptly, guess what? You could have a stroke and die. But he assures me that's not going to happen. And I said, well, before I got off the phone, I assure you that's not going to happen. I said, yeah, and you assured me I wouldn't have anything stronger than a water pill the other day, but you're reneging on it now. Are you going to renege on that later? I said, oh, you got my life in your hands. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? He's told me, he just said, well, I'll talk to you later, Mr. Dennis. I'll see you in the office in so many weeks. Whatever that'll be, they'll set the appointment up. I don't know. Seems like nobody wants to do their job, but they want you to do their job for you. I don't know. I guess everybody's an experiment. At least that's how I feel right now. All right, well, that's all I'm going to do. I hate to put this in there, but I wanted to give you all an update, and yeah, the update sucks as far as I'm concerned. So, well, I'm going to end this part here and see what else we can get into, because you never know. Maybe something a little happier. Because anyway, that's it for now. We'll talk to you later. Well, we're going to wrap that video up, and this is how I'm going to wrap the video up. Yesterday I was a little mad when I was in the barn and talking about the doctor. Probably didn't put my words together exactly the way they should have been. But it's hard to justify as a doctor listening to you, walking in unexpectedly, telling the nurse practitioner that you didn't need to be on blood thinners, you needed to be on water pills. I kind of messed that up at the beginning, but he definitely said I needed to be on water pills. I'm 60 years old now. I'm not stupid. I know the difference in between a blood thinner and a water pill, and what they said, what the effects of those medicines were, and who said what they said. Anyway, I'm still a little irritated over, because like I said, this is my life. And well, it is. So let's end this on a little better note, and happier note, whatever. I guess I kind of got off on a little thing when I'm trying to end this, but I'm gonna wrap this video up, and hopefully without any more interruptions, I'll finish that chicken tractor next week. My daughter and my wife said I'm not gonna finish the chicken tractor until the chicks are, I've done killed the chicks and don't need it anymore. But we probably get more, I don't know. You never know. Quit shaking the camera down. Anyway, we're gonna end this video and see if we can do a little editing and get it out, and hopefully y'all enjoy it. But so let me know what you did and didn't like. And well, we'll see what we get into next time. Until then, may God bless y'all's day like he always does ours. We'll see you later.